Yo, what's up, ladies, gentlemen, and they, thems, and welcome back to Coffee Talk 2. Now, before starting this, I just want to make like a little few announcements. Since school is starting up soon, I'm gonna start doing every 2 days upload schedule instead of every other day upload schedule, and see how that works. See if like it'll be calm enough for me to like consistently go out through the school year. And if it's easier than I expected, then I'm gonna still go back to every other day uploading. But you know, I can't go back to that 1 week, one video per week of uploading, because that just killed my channel. And then I think that's it. Like, oh well, I should be recording some videos here and there for the future, just in case. I'm talking about for this week, just cause like school stuff and stuff like that. I can't be like consistently recording and editing stuff like that. So like, might as well just tail end of the summer vacation, just get videos done and out of the way, and then see what happens during the school year. But welcome back to Coffee Talk 2. Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather's keeping quiet. Yeah, quiet. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. Ooh. Let's hope it's not going to be as long as last episode. Because last episode, I'm going to be honest, like, I'm sorry for not, like, giving you two days per episode. It's just, like, that day just went on for so long. And I'm keeping this day going on for so long, too. Good evening, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Gala, or Gala. Nice to see you, too. How did you go at the hospital today?
Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted.
Also, it's like not early in the morning, but it's like morning time to where my voice isn't really like. Goodness, are you having issues with the children again?
No, that's not it. It's just, well, for starters, my Fury's giving me a hard time.
Your Fury is it the full moon already?
Nope, but sometimes get pre-Fury symptoms.
Pre-Fury symptoms?
Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days ago, before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for Fury. And that changed the way that we react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask, but it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches and a lot of other stuff. Small but annoying.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well, so like your werewolf period. Right? Is there a drink that could help you with that? Because I know last game you said there was a drink I can make to help you with your like ease your werewolf symptoms. I never found one, but if you can come up with it, it's you, Rebel.
Since Galahad can soothe your fury, maybe it could work your fury as well.
Maybe, but I think it'd be more relaxing. Like a Galahad, but with no caffeine and maybe blue.
Ah, so does the Galahad originally had coffee? Probably. So no, a Galahad had a tea base, but no caffeine. Yeah, does tea have? Tea technically has caffeine, doesn't it? All right. Blue hibiscus. No, but blue pea, not hibiscus. Hibiscus is red. Milk and ginger. Excuse me, I'm all out of whack right now. There we go. Now that looks good, doesn't it? And I still don't have anything to give you. Apologies. Here you go, a Galati for you.
Do you come up with these names on the spot, Rebel?
No, it takes a bit of soul searching to tailor it to the situation and so on.
That almost makes it sound like you know in advance what we're going to order.
I might. Call it the Sixth Sense, also known as the Gamer.
Right, let's see how your Sixth Sense tastes. Wow, this is excellent and exactly what I needed.
Very happy to hear that. Yes, very happy to hear that. Hyde, you've been quiet this whole time. Yeah. What's with the looks, you two? Did something happen?
Actually, Rebel, I guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help.
My help? Come on, I wasn't that bad.
No, I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job. But most importantly, it's not good for you. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried.
There's nothing to worry about.
You say that, but then you spend entire nights looking miserable. No advice I come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit.
I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all.
You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one, lying on the sofa staring at the ceiling, looking so gloomy it sucked the color out of the room. And it's not the first time either, it's a constant these days. Please help me help him, Rebel. I'm at my wit's end.
Mr. Hyde. Oh, fine. The truth is, I'm bored to death. Or I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old. That would be considered very young in vampire age, right? Like, I consider that pretty young in human age, so like, what does that tell me about you? And I've never been this bored in my entire life. Interesting. You usually make it sound like you're much older. Exactly. 40 years old in vampire years. Oh, okay. I'm not saying how old that is in other species years.
Eyes on the prize, Rebel. Intervention first, gossip later.
My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? My job. What was that? My job.
Hey, no need to shout.
Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs, but modeling stopped being fun ages ago. You didn't mention something like that last time. You are trying to leave the modeling behind then. Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? It's all just so brief. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while, so they had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile. Some campaigns that I featured in stayed on the billboard for months, and I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished moments, but then social media came and it all became disposable. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts it online, and it gets attention for what, 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in and everything's forgotten. Blink and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there. Isn't that changing these days though, with slow fashion and like that? That's true, and people are getting into vintage clothes too. I salute that. But the reality of my job remains the same.
What about your fans? You have so many people following you.
You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Because I'm pretty. That was definitely like a lot of British. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond. So are you saying that you like to leave more of a mark? Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered, that became part of their lives in a real way.
You do know you have people in your lives in a real way, right? People will always remember you.
It's not the same thing.
Maybe you should try to study to become a doctor or something. That would make a real difference.
No thank you, the job still needs to be fun. studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts. Did you mistake me for a hard-working vampire? Oh, hi to you. Do you see what I'm dealing with, Rebel? It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull over it with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, that sounds good. Why don't you give hibiscus another shot, Rebel? I'll give you a hint. Make it very, very spicy hibiscus. Very spicy hibiscus, you say. Well, ginger kind of has like a lot of spice to it, kind of. Azobo. Azobo. Why did I say it sound like I said gazobo or something like that? Ooh, okay. And here's Azobo for you. Let's see. You do know me well, Rebel. Ah, so I take it this works for you. This is a perfectly executed Zobo, if I've ever tasted one. Glad to see you made some good use of your ginger resupply. That's right, because we didn't have ginger last episode, and he did want something spicy too. So, you knew I couldn't get it right that time. Huh. Forgive an old man with his old man jokes. I see you had your fun, but you still lost your bet, Hyde. A bet? When Hyde was wallowing in self-pity yesterday, I told him many people cared about him. And I bet you could definitely figure out one hibiscus drink he likes. So now I get to say that I was right. And Hyde gets to buy me dinner. Ooh, at a place of my choosing. You're going to pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you? You know it. Have you won other bets in the past, Mr. Gala? Let's see. You say it, Hyde. He's won every single one of the bets we've ever made. What was that? I didn't hear you correctly. Wow. Yeah, I'm this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving on food. Just rub it in my face, why don't you? They are like the duo. Sorry. Well, as I was saying, they're like the dynamic duo I strive to be with, like a best friend of mine. That kind of reminds me of me and my best friend a little in some sort of way. Barely, not really, but still, you know what I mean. Like best friends forever. Shoot. Oh, hi everyone. Hey Lua. Hi Lua. Busy night, I see. Hi Miss Lua. Busy and lively, just the way we like it. That's good. And I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I wanted to apologize for that other night. I was just so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while. But we ended up fighting with Bailey's instead. You must be getting bored of our arguments. It's alright, they're kind of fun to watch. Me and you, Hyde, me and you. How are things with the two of you, by the way? Just let me order before I answer. If that's alright, Rebel. Of course, what would you like? I spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations, so I have a bit of a sore throat. Me and you, sis. Is there anything you'd recommend for that? Definitely something with lemon and honey. Sounds great. I love a lemon and honey drink, please, then. What about the bass? Give me a bass. Give me bass. I don't have anything bass to edit, so like I don't know. Try something editing me. But what would you like as bass? Let's try it. Tea, lemon, and honey. Cause that's something that like gets the throat soothing, right? Midsummer Night's Dreams. Ooh, I feel like it's perfect. Here you go. Some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery. Thanks, Dr. Rebel. Ooh, why am I like your voice is not that high pitched. Well, it is high pitched, but not that high pitched to the point where it's like on Aqua's levels. Which that just reminds me, Aqua and Myrtle haven't been in an episode in a minute. So let's hope next day. This is truly lovely. Just what I needed. That's great to hear. My company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with everyone, making sure it's all going according to plan. That sounds pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decisions you're making. And part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it. So it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, You probably gathered gathered that Bay and I have been fighting.
Yeah, and Hyde told me a little bit about that too.
Right, well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days. And honestly, it's done me a lot of good. The thing is, I know Bay means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I like, and I should like them. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me, but I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed, which makes me even more annoyed. It's not great, I know.
Well, it'd be easier if we always acted rationally. If we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they?
That's true.
Although, I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help.
That's right. That's the problem, I'm not sure. At first I thought I was tired or worried. The decision making at my job was taking a toll, for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate. I don't want Bay to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that, though. But I'm realizing that it might not even be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married to Bay, but the way we're playing it, I don't know. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. They're always these big parties, very put together, very classy. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. I used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it all just feels more and more off to me.
Why don't you tell your fiancé that?
What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget?
That's up to how you communicate it, isn't it?
Right, but it's still a difficult topic. We've been through so much, you all know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership.
You're right about that, but you still need to be a bit selfish, just like how Hyde said that one episode.
Bay wants to honor that. He feels awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him.
I swear, you and your elf are well matched. Alright, spit some facts, Hyde. Spit them up! You always worry too much about what others think, instead of working out your own wants and needs. Do you realize that's important, the important bit, right?
I mean, generally, yes, I get that, but how does it apply here?
What do you think it means to honor your partnership?
To celebrate it properly, for starters.
Right. And who are you in that partnership with?
I believe you met him, the blonde guy with the puppy eyes.
Blonde? I thought his hair was red. Right. I'm glad you remembered that because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married. And the strangers who put up wedding pictures online. No, don't get out the seat. Don't get out the seat, but let me see you really.
Ah! My boy Hyde is spitting facts. That's what he always does. I can't get out. I can't get out without like, hold up.
But again, like big ups, big claps. Alright, I'm sorry I had to do that. I'm sorry, that was a little out of pocket of me. I apologize, but still, give him a round of applause, cause man, my boy Hyde, he just be spitting facts like that, and you gotta listen to him. Listen to Hyde, he knows what he's talking about most of the times. This is your relationships you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? The special day needs to make sense for the two of you. Have it in trainers at a fast food joint if that's what you like. The way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours.
I still want a pretty outfit and decent food. Thank goodness. But point well taken. It's just my family might have a certain expectations. Did they openly say that? No. Then maybe they do, or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got. I'm not saying to disinvite everyone or to fight with them or anything, but you shouldn't put their needs above your own. I really shouldn't, should I? You're giving me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde. My pleasure.
Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, Hyde. Maybe you should become a therapist.
He said that last time too. Didn't Bailey say that last time? Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I did say I might become a couples counselor. You did! But I agree with you with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that. Are you looking to change careers, Hyde? How does she know?
He's bored of modeling. Finds it too impairment. What wants to leave a mark. Wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary.
Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you could make modeling fun again? I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago. What happened to them? I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer, and she wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio load the outfits there, so found someone to do the makeup. Then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like that since the 60s. My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that? Yup, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light, and also because it was a slower experience. Something that would allow us to connect more. At first, I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual, posing, switches, posing some more. But something felt different than I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that. Is that unusual? Yup, most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. Yeah, like something like that. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. Thought she didn't know what she was doing, and then she was wasting her money. But we had a great time, and we got kind of friendly, I guess. Because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her. Then she suggested I come with her to her dark room. Watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out.
You did always have a fondness for dark places.
Comes with the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know, a me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck with me the most. It's the care she put into the processing each frame, working each picture through the chemical baths, hanging them, drawing them. It was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait. When she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera, and it was the first time she really liked a portrait of someone she took of her. I'm in a weird place these days. It's not like me to tell these kinds of tales, or to launch into a soppy monologue, really. Just forget it. No, I think that was a beautiful story. And it gives me an idea, I think, of another career for you.
Please share, Lua. You'd be doing both of us a solid.
Go on, then. Well, maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently. But apparently film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's what you said. It captures the light beautifully. And it's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that.
Who, me? No, the other vampire who's looking for a new line of work.
That would be me. I'm just kidding. I love this job. I think you've got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone. You senile old man. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month. Ah, well, forget about it then.
No, don't forget about it at all.
Give me the wedding invite, please. I would love it.
It would be perfect for you to come. Come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental. And you love to chat people up. You solve all the bridesmaids' drama and often the parents. But most importantly, you do something for these people that they'll never forget. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is.
Come on, think about it, Hyde. You're assuming they won't get divorced. Sheesh. It's tough, man. I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua. It's alright. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's lives. That career in the mafia is really looking up.
You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep in my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, Dick Skull Vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay?
Yeah, alright.
That's my cue as well. I think I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Thanks again, Hyde. And good luck. I hope your next adventure is a good one.
It will be. Good night, Lua.
Good night, Rebel.
See you later.
Good night, you two. So what now, Hyde? Shoot. Also, bye-bye! Bye! See you later. Here we go again. Last one sitting. Indeed, proper night owls. You didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right? That's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. I feel like you would be, like, very, very good at it. Because I really do respect, what's it called, wedding photographers and stuff like that. It sounds like you enjoy the whole film photography experience. Also, like, you know, either wedding photographer or just, like, photography in general, taking pics of others, maybe online, or maybe even recording if you like doing stuff like that. And you do like being around people, don't you? I do sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. People get married, they think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way, and then, next thing you know, I don't want to sound too depressing. Lay it on me! So, you don't believe in love? Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. Oh, please tell me if this dictates me like relating to you much more. You can choose to keep supporting someone to enjoy their company. You can do that for years with friends, families, lovers. But at the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person. And there's still them. There's no two souls becoming one, not really. I know the one time I tried, it really didn't work out. But do you regret trying? No, I guess not. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. Respect, again, lots of respect, Hyde. I don't believe in marriage too, but not because like marriage is fake or something like that. Just marriage is not for me. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me a space to build other relationships that work much better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, Even if for most of them it won't pan out. There's something beautiful there. Like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame, or flower bloom like it will never wilt. Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, for that minute when I said we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating, and something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one, Rebel. And I'm too tired to fight your logic, which means it's time for me to head back. Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say I appreciate our one-to-one chats. I hope we could keep providing you with a comfortable space around here. Again, you just like that, Hyde. You the realest nigga I know. Oh, it's plenty comfortable for sure. Besides, well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness Gala is from a long-living species, but even then he'll grow old before I do eventually. The world will change 100 times, technologies will die out, new technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now in a century, maybe two, and Lua and Gala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me, but you will, am I right, Rebel? That is a very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde. Hey, you've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return. I suppose that's true. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. To continuing your story, it's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me. Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We will make sure it's not misplaced. Stay right there. Right where you know, my homie. I know you will. And on that note, I guess I'm going to browse some film cameras. What's the worst that can happen? Indeed. Take care of yourself, friend. And you as well.
Bye-bye!
Close up shop! The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde. But some of us will. Good evening. Good evening. Alright, who entered in first? Ah, Georgie. Officer, welcome. Hey, Rebel. How are you doing? Tough day, huh? Officer? Oh, sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now. No worries, work issues? What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. You're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Rebel. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out my depths. Are you talking about your recent patrols? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple of days. Oh, I see. How did it go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrared caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, and then disappeared. Could have been anything like rats or cats. But neither fits with that I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know, the laughter. Huh. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Huh. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. So what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Rebel, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see. Oh, what about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was referred to as such. Oh, does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably.
Not anymore though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Apparitions? Yes, ghosts and shit like that. Stuff like that. Why'd I have to curse? Apparitions like ghosts. Ghosts? Ghosts. I see. Imagine just Riona pops in out of nowhere after one of these. I know she is. I just don't know when. What do you mean I see? Huh? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. But, come on. Ghosts don't exist. Ryota is a banshee! What do you mean ghosts don't exist when you literally talk to one right, like, from a chair or two away from you? Y'all drink coffee and talk. Y'all coffee talk with each other. Do they? Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Ah, right. The tree. Is that 42 minutes in? Does that mean it's haunted? It could be. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to act. Don't get how you could be so calm about this. Huh, well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world even. Sometimes, literally. You're right. I guess you're not the one who's been being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own pesadillos. That's true. True that. If you don't mind telling me though, may I ask the reason why you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh, you know, that's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway. That's understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh, maybe an older sibling of sorts? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Rebel. But that's all I'm willing to share for now. Okay, thanks for sharing. You know, it's funny. My grandpa was very into this stuff. So is my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just that with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I see, that makes sense. They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know the Zen Rock Garden thing from Japan. Zen Rock Garden. I think so. They understand the zenness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chills, you know? I think you almost got it. Yeah. But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he's passed away before she was born. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. Oh, on that note, Rebel, you see my lighter, right? I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes. My bad. That thing was originally my grandpa's. I gave it back to you. I swear I remember giving it back to you. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said. In more ways than one. If you ask him. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. For obvious reasons. So it was a good location for him with all the veteran support nearby and all that. Right. Now, about that street. My grandpa liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of this place. Or his place. There were all kinds of things there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. I see. Don't yawn again. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? You mean the Orange Street? It wasn't called that before. That's why the whole thing didn't click with me straight away. But I went through the files and it checks out. Doesn't that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He brought the lighter there. Whoa, what a coincidence. Are you sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way they're just coincidences, Rebel. Everything is lining up too perfectly if you ask me. Uh-oh. Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit out of everyone's. Right. Then my luck started tanking. Then the broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happened in the past 1 week alone, you see? Right. Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of that case? Me. And then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market, information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own. Right. And now we know why I kept on losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling you, Rebel, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. They made me question everything I've ever known, you know? But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep. Huh. What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You can find everything from the mundane to the extreme. Extreme! From local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It's something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Huh. Protection from what, though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll even help you ease your mind a bit. Gotcha. But, Rebel, even if the whole situation is haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? I wouldn't know, but I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give it that extra boost it needs, compared to just using a regular flame, I mean. Huh, what are you going to make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. Offers your Georgie's lighter. Okay then, make me this magical drink you've learned, Rebel. Okay, so I feel like I have the recipe for this, and if I don't, then, like, of course I got my trusty ass phone right next to me, but still. It said coffee, lemon and honey or something like that, right? And I won't say it has a weird, name, but it feels like it has a... Yeah, it feels like it has a, spiritual name. A Kimeda, I don't know. And then here, you can take this back too. I just needed lit it up. Huh, you get it? Lit, fam. Lit. I know. Keep that dead back in 2016, 2015, okay? I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, wow. The drink does light up, huh? Yep, this is a special just for you. So don't tell anybody. Roger that. Here you go. Oof. Careful. Oh, oof. Careful. Sorry. I don't know. I'm mixing up our voices right then and there. Can you tell? Can you tell? Dang, Rebel. This is really something else. You sure it's okay if I drink? I have no idea.
but I'll take responsibility if anything happens. Here, just sign this waiver. Actually, don't go ahead and don't sign that waiver. Don't sign this contract to legally obligate me as someone to blame for your injuries. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Rebel. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better. Don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can. Thanks. Man, at least with crooks you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Who are you? Just came out of nowhere. Not with that attitude. Huh? Detective McQueen. Who are you? I'm glad to have some like new blood on the block, but like I don't want to do another voice up top. Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. McQueen, is that you? Hello, Williams. It even has hello, William. Hello, Williams. Okay, it's been a while. Huh, it is you. The surprise just keeps coming this week. Let me get over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddies? Brunch buddies. I feel like I meant to say brunch buddies in that same serious tone. But I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. I feel ya. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive. We were truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt. I'll just take both of your words for it. Good. Because I don't like to talk about it. So, what brings you here, detective? Surely not the coffee. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems, Williams. Yeah. You need to bust a ghost. Oh, well, busting might be a little bit much. I was just talking to Rebel about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghost. Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Bjorn Street the other day. I remember that. Huh. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. Like, the fear of black people, which causes us to get shot by every police. Well, I wouldn't say every police, but unjustly shot by most police when we just trying to stick our hands out the car and like comply, but nah, just bow bow, double tap to the back of the head for no reason. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times it's ghost. How do you do it, detective? Your cases, man. I'd have probably lost all my hair by now if I were you. I try not to think about it all that much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody, that's who. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. I'm so sorry for messing up his voice, but look. I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away, but wasn't moving on, if you can catch my drift. Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right? You better not exorcise Riona, okay? She's cool, you're not. But the husband, he caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All his stuff is there. It's hard to get. I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam. Next minute, all this romantic music is playing and the whole place is lit by a spotlight. Basically, sensory illusion, classic ghost tricks. Then, before I know what hit me, I'm sitting at the pottery wheel, and he is behind me, and... Wait. Isn't this the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe. We had a movie night at work, and I dozed off before it started. The story must have slipped into my subconsciousness. Riveting. I'm guessing that's Riona. Who are you? Stop giving me these damn voices. I don't like police. You already know this. Except for Georgie. He's cool like that. I like Officer Georgie. You know what? I feel like you're thinning, or you're bald or thinning under that hat, so I'll give you the Onigawara voice, but only for this episode. Hey, detective. Hey, people I don't know. Did you get your important errand sorted? I sure did. I'm gonna do it in my regular voice. I'm sorry, I just can't. Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck to your face. That's just the rain. It's very bready rain. Nah, I'm gonna make it like a pig, like the closest to sounding to a pig if I can. Cause right now McQueen is starting to sound like Onigawara. Like I just can't keep up the Squilliam voice for long, or at least the Squilliam voice kind of sounds like Mr. Onigawara, if you could kind of tell. There's filling all over your top. That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up though. You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop. That's why they pay you big bucks, detective. So, what'd I miss? We were talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts. Hey, ghosts? Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley? No idea. Never met one. We stopped at a ghost riot. Ghosts aren't real. So, you don't need to be scared of them easy. I don't know. I'm starting to give him a voice right now. I just don't know what voice to give him on the spot right now. Because I don't like you. I mean, I guess it's like rude to say that, but I don't like you. And, like, kind of don't like you. There you go, I guess. Sorry, that wasn't much help. Nah. But you said that they're just like us. That's a good thing to be reminded of. Exactly. They used to be alive just like us. As long as they don't try to eat / possess / violently murder you, you should be fine. Very reassuring. Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues and spectral wails. Is this supposed to be a comment on like black people or something like that? Because I really feel like it is. Or at least implied comment on black people's struggles. Or I wouldn't say struggles, but like implied comment on black people. Because that's what it feels like. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside. Which should be easy since you can see through them. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. It's best not to overthink anything he says. I certainly don't. Huh. Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help. Our pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here. I already did. Oh? Turns out we were meant to arrest a person driving that taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle, yes. Why? The driver was a chupacabra. Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. Thanks, McQueen, a lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Bye, guys. Good luck with your rat problem or whatever. Bye, Coffee Richard. Take care. Fuck the police. That was quite something. Except for Georgie. Well, what do you know, Rebel? Looks like my good luck is back. I'm feeling like $1 million right now. I'm very glad you do. Thanks anyway, Rebel. I really did No, I really did nothing much. I just made you a wizard coffee that's on fire somehow. Are you going to be okay? Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next. I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening, alright? Please, keep me updated, officer, and stay safe. Will do. Also, tell your cop buddies to not, like, touch Riona, because I feel like they some dirty-ass cops. Alright then. Maybe I'll go check the stock and... Huh? Who? Oh, hi, Riona. Miss Riona, welcome. What was I about to say?
Hello.
How's the traffic out there?
It's a mess. There is construction work taking place on Leonora Avenue.
Oof. I can imagine the gridlock already.
Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today.
I saw on your post on Tamagotchi. That's great. I'm happy you're here. So, anything I can make for you this evening?
I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea infused with some lemon and a touch of honey.
You're the boss. Huh, I don't even need to cut that out either. Just like simple. Midsummer Night's Dream. I like that. And I don't have anything to give you, so stop checking the drawer on me. Cup of warm Midsummer Night Dream for you, miss. That's what we call it here.
How whimsical.
Water. Where's my water?
It's wonderful. Sweet, but well balanced with the lemon and the slight bitterness of the tea completes the taste. Thank you.
You're so very welcome. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds.
Is that so?
Y'all should have like seen each other walking out the door, because I swear that door opening and door closing and door opening again and door closing again was like 5 seconds apart at least. It wasn't that long, so y'all could have just said, "Oh, what's up? Hey, you gotta go? Okay, cool. I'm going in the coffee shop. Bye."
How is he?
He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually.
Oh?
He's currently dealing with the plenty clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work with the moment.
I see. Would you mind doing me a favor?
Oh, what do you need?
Could you give my contact information to him? We only connected via Bluetooth last time, so...
Oh. Huh. An email address and phone number are written on it belonging to Riona Sheeran. Sheeran. Why is it supposed to be a play? Is it supposed to be a play on words on Ed Sheeran or something like that? Huh. Alright, well, right, what, left to right, I don't know, right hand on the Bible or something like that. You entrusted me to give it to him, and I will, with my life. Like, guarantee it, done, or my life.
What I said a few days ago may have been a bit overwhelming. It is possible that I spoke more than was necessary,
But it was the truth.
all because I couldn't help but feel a pang of bitterness knowing what happened to the tree.
That's entirely understandable, though.
But it is not my intention to interfere with his work. As such, if he requires any assistance, please do let me know. This is the least I could do, as I realized there would be plenty of difficulty obtaining information. Oh, I mean, because Officer Georgie is a human. And we semi-physical beings have our own way of sharing information and such.
I understand what you mean.
Okay. I just do not wish to incriminate anything or anyone.
It's fine, I get it.
I'm glad.
I'd say you already helped him out in more ways than one.
Sorry, did you say something? I was zoning out a little.
No, nothing. I'll pass it off to him.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bad traffic aside, how are you?
To be honest, I had a lot on my mind of late. And I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic.
You know I'm all ears. Oh,
That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid.
Pardon?
You know, I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's troubling.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just, I used to believe that I had a settled life objective, but I've been doubting it lately.
How come?
I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday.
Ooh, any good news?
No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance. Even though they had no direct connection to the audience I am trying to reach.
I see, but maybe someday or you'll find someone that has that sort of connection to it. Even though it may be distant, it'll be somewhat of a connection.
She explained clearly that she thinks I should contact them, however, which I am thankful for.
That is very thoughtful of her. So what's the battle plan? What's the game plan? Give me the tea, sis. And why are you doubting yourself?
In essence, the devices too slowly increase my network to make myself known.
Oh?
Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern about it.
I think so, but you could give me a refresher, just so I don't misunderstand.
I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak.
Right.
She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact.
What would that be?
Well, oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really so sure so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Because you'll have to do it way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know?
I say that's a decent impression of her. Oh, was it supposed to be like, oh, and so something of the sort. Actually, let me.
Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think?
That's supposed to be. That's supposed to be Riona impressioning Rachel. How did I do? 10 out of 10. Say it in the comments.
After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it is either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respected Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting.
Right. I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try her suggestion then? Come on, just try it out. It shouldn't hurt.
I don't know.
Is it difficult?
No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I come across. And being rejected every single one. But for some reason I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it's more like a necessity.
Did something happen?
He was stuck.
Pardon?
Actually, he posted about it on social media last night.
Oh.
I might have seen it.
Oh, I might have seen it.
Did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately.
Wait, did he like actually post this on Tamagotchi? Oh, do you know why the satyrs from France are more musical than ones from America? Because they have French horns. Cancel the nigga.
Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud.
All sounds in order.
And extremely drunk.
That really?
He denied it at first, but it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly deep in thought, and then entered Cary Park without realizing he had done.
My boy, deep thought. Must have been some deep thinking he was doing, because I think it rained pretty hard last night.
Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m. which is why I sent him a message informing him of the fact that, as he seemed to be unaware of it.
Right.
So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transportation nearby.
Or transit nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab?
He told me you wanted to know the city better.
At midnight.
Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself.
Touché. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking.
Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different. It appeared he had dinner with his team, and he needed extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction.
Yeah, with his whole new show and stuff like that. I see. I suppose it didn't go as expected.
Perhaps. And I know that feeling all too well.
Miss...
However, he said he will keep negotiating with until they reach a compromise.
That's good.
Is it though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval from his team for his actions. How can they be so positive?
What do you mean?
I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself?
Well, I see what you're coming from, Riona, and of course talent can speak for itself, but talent by itself, and albeit working by yourself, can only get you so far. You need help from other people. Like, you, in this world, trying to do things on your own will only get you so far. And I'm not saying you can't, like, by yourself. You just can't get through life by yourself, because you can definitely succeed on your own. It's just, I'm just saying, like, it'll be a lot more easier if you not depend on others, but rely is the same thing, but associate with others and let them help you. Yeah, I was about to say help me help you, but that doesn't make sense.
But if I truly believe that, with the number of rejection I have received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I?
Right, that's why it didn't work that way.
What do you mean?
To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards.
I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if we were standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at the moment?
That's why you need to find the right person.
How does someone like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that?
Perhaps because they don't see it as the be-all and end-all.
What do you mean?
Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Thank you, me in game. You just know what to say. Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies.
But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before.
Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance or assistance even.
Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? I see. Still,
Miss Riona?
Yes. Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts.
Lost in deep thoughts. You're fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call?
I picked him up and drove him home.
Just like the cab driver you are. Not to sound derogatory, just saying that's your job. Or that's her job, I should say. But I thought you were located in Bellevue.
I am? but I still had unfinished business in the downtown area.
Hey, make it as an IOU. Like, you hooked me up because I picked you up at the middle of the night while you were drunk and it was pissing out with rain. This is an IOU, Lucas. You better hook me up nice and fat.
Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly nearing the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him.
I see. How was his singing, in your opinion?
It wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that it was screaming most of the lyrics, that is.
Well,
His hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so he had to take it off before getting in my car.
leave that filth outside. I'm just kidding.
Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat cover as his fur got rather wet.
Ah, I hope he didn't get sick then, and I hope your car is fine. Aside from all that, was he okay? Considering the situation you mentioned earlier, I mean.
Well, he happily asked me to do karaoke with him, which I declined.
Probably for the best. Could have been entertaining though. Next episode, karaoke night. Make it happen, or at least one of these days.
I ended up taking him for a drive though, as I needed to take care of my unfinished business.
A late night delivery?
No, I was buying a pie.
At midnight.
Yes. Why concern you may have a competitor?
No, not at all. We ain't have no competition on this street. No, not at all. Maybe a little bit.
Oh, Rebel, you'll be fine.
And what sort of... I sort of want to know, just so I can inform Officer Georgie about it. You know, have him cover up.
Oh, why?
His daughter loves pies. yeah, his daughter loves pies. That's not the reason why I wanted to know. Tell me where he is. When his car was vandalized, Officer Georgie had plans to buy pies for his family to get together. But the report took a while and the weather was bad. And by that time, he was able to get a taxi. He thought everything was already closed.
I see.
But he takes pride in being a Seattle lady. So I wonder if he knows about it already.
Well, it is a very small kiosk attached to a pub. It's very easy to miss. The spot is known as Disco Pie, and it serves fresh pies until 1 a.m.
Interesting. Good to know. Also, because I feel like I'm gonna forget this. Let me just write it down on a piece of paper to give Officer Georgie Riota's email information. Thanks. Good to know. Getting back to the story though, because you know episode's getting a little too long for my liking. You both went for pies then.
Yes, and that seemed to fascinate him for some reason.
What did you each get?
He ordered a slice of warm apple crumble with a scoop of French vanilla ice cream on top.
My man.
And a large cup of piping hot coffee
With a little bit of milk. Who said this nigga can serve coffee? Where is he? Where is he now? Alright. Apologies. Calm down. Calm down. Put the gun down. Put the gun down. Put the gun down. Ouch. Indeed. I feel betrayed. Truly.
But it was my suggestion since I thought he needed to warm up. I apologize.
I'll live. A little piece of advice though. A glass of warm water might be better for the inebriated. The drunk, I guess. Coffee's not the best at retaining fluids and thus preventing hangovers. Yeah, because I'm the coffee expert.
Oh, that's really good information to know. This is why you are the best barista, Rebel.
Thank you. Okay, my feelings are hurt slightly less now. And what did you get yourself?
I had a slice of hibiscus blueberry mint pie myself.
You like hibiscus, don't you? Or blue pea and hibiscus.
And just so you know, I did not order anything to drink.
Good. Okay, I'll get the 1911 now. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Drinks aside. What an interesting combination for a pie. How did you like it?
I enjoyed it. You serve hibiscus here, don't you?
Or
Here too, don't you? I'll remember to order it next time.
Didn't you order hibiscus last time? Please do. If I recall, I think you did.
And so we continued our conversation afterwards. That was when he told me he had not given up on his goal despite many disappointments with his teams. He also told me why he does not drive at all.
Really? Why?
It is...
You don't have to tell me.
On second thought, it may be better to hear the story directly from him. Another time.
I respect that.
I apologize.
Don't you apologize for shish kebab. That sounded like wrong. That sounded wrong than me actually cursing and censoring it out. I'm so sorry for saying that. What the There. That balances it out. No problem. I understand.
We also discussed quite a few things we have in common.
Really?
Yes, surprisingly. And before we knew it, it was already nearing 5 a.m.
Must have been a gripping conversation.
I am not so sure.
So are we all just like nocturnals in this game? Because if so, I'd like to be a nocturnal. Shoot.
However, his exhaustion seemed to finally catch up with him, and then so I drove him home.
Weren't you tired as well?
No. I should go now.
Alright, will you be okay?
I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Rebel.
No problem at all. Anytime. Bye-bye!
Have a good evening, then, Rebel.
Come back again soon. Bye-bye! Close up shop! We got 2 episodes down and done. Dirty. Done like that. Cool. I don't know what to say about it. Like, comment, sub, and what are your thoughts? Or, I don't know. Ghosts? Are they real? Magnets, how do they work? That concludes the show, ladies and gentlemen, and they then. So make sure to say see you later on your way out and catch you next show. Till next time, peace out.